Boys and girls, it is the fourth and final day of our trip to Amsterdam, where we've been for TwitchCon. That's why I'm wearing this youth hat with a silly straight peak on it. It is our final day here, aka our travel day. Normally, when we have our travel day home from trips, it is a case of just getting out of the hotel first thing and getting home. But we're doing things differently here for two reasons. Reason number one, the Eurostar isn't until much later in the day. I think our train out of Amsterdam is at 3:15 today, but that's not a Eurostar. We're getting a Thalys, I think it's called, over to Thalys, not the word that sounds similar. We're getting one of those over to Brussels, and then our actual Eurostar doesn't leave Brussels until about 6 p.m. So we've got plenty of time, basically. We've also got a late checkout booked on the hotel. We don't have to be out of here until 2. It's just gone 9. I've just had a hotel breakfast. It actually almost looked like an English breakfast. Here's some footage of my breakfast now. It was all pretty nice, apart from that weird eggy thing in the pot, which just tasted of eggy spinach. But yeah, we're going to head back out into the town one more time, do a final little bit of sightseeing, hopefully get myself a personalised chocolate bar, and then we need to get back here, get packed, get out for 2, and then work out how the train works to get us out of Amsterdam. I'm not sure if we do passport control here or in Brussels or both. It's not very clear from the instructions. We'll probably make it home, and then when we do make it home, we've got the small problem of the fact that Britain is currently going under a heat wave where it's 37 degrees in the UK today compared to 24 here, and it's 40 degrees in the UK tomorrow. So I've spent my breakfast sat at a table with my phone in front of me trying to find a dog-friendly air-conditioned hotel back in the UK where we can just go and hunker down for 2 days with air conditioning on, because I've loved having this air-conditioned room here. I've slept like a baby compared to the last few days back at home as the heat wave was starting up. I don't really plan on going back to an even hotter country than the one we left. We need air conditioning. I've grown accustomed to it, or I'm just not leaving. So for the final time, I was just saying the final time we're walking out of that hotel. Better not be, all our stuff is still in there. This is Monday morning in Amsterdam, boys and girls, and it feels like it is warming up already. It's already 24 degrees. It's going to get as high as 32 today, but then by the time we get back to the UK it's going to be 37, so yay! I'm already sweating. Yeah, they're all going to be like that. I think it's Monday morning. Seems the metro is much busier on a Monday morning than a Sunday afternoon. Well, we were planning this morning to go to Tony's Chocolate Brony, or whatever it's called, where you can go and have your name put on a chocolate bar, but we figured with the day looking like it's going to be as hot as it is, buying a chocolate bar and trying to ship it or trying to get it home with us today is probably a bad idea, because it's just going to melt and we don't want to eat a massive bar of chocolate before a 5-hour train ride. So change of plan, we're going to do something we were going to do yesterday before this one phoned in sick, and that is a canal tour. So we're going to do a canal tour. I like a canal tour. Oh my word, it is warm in here. We've just basically sat in a greenhouse on the water. We've got the windows open, the roof is open. I hope we get a breeze. Yeah, it's so hot. Because I'm an enormous cow, and every time it looks like there's a bridge coming, I'm ducking down below the height of the roof. Just in case. I don't want to be decapitated in a low-speed canal boat accident. Seven bridges down there, apparently. We're currently underneath Amsterdam Central Station. As you'd imagine, lots of bicycles under here. That's where we'll be leaving from shortly. I have no idea how to get... I think there's a road, I don't think it's a canal both sides. We didn't know how the bikes got to that bit. But there is just bike racks everywhere around here, because obviously we're right next to the station and people need to dump their bikes. And there's the back view of the station. And this side, just a lot of water.
Might as well just keep going all the way back to England from here, just stay out on the water. Awesome, although standing with my head poking out the top in this heat for an hour probably wasn't the best idea. I finished my entire flask of water while we were on there as well. I am a sweaty mess now, but hopefully Chris has turned that into a beautiful montage for you. You didn't think we were going to go home without trying #1 Holland fries, did you? Of course we weren't. Well, I've waited nearly 4 full days for this. Medium fries, Flemish mayo. Good trip. It was so cool in there as well. 24 different sauces. What did you get? Amsterdam onion sauce. This is one of the 4 different types of mayo they had. They're very generous with the sauces in the Netherlands. I've noticed that when we were given some chips at TwitchCon. Right. Can't beat them. It was better than the chips we have at home. Now I've had my chips, there is one more essential purchase before we head home. Another tram there. And that is more stroopwafels. I have bought a few packs from various convenience stores and supermarkets over the course of the weekend, but I don't think I've told you that. They've just been my thing. But there's a supermarket right here. It's the one I got breakfast from yesterday. Looks like they've now fixed their coffee machine, which is nice. I've fallen in love with Lipton Green. Oh, we're going in the sweet shop as well. We've just been in the supermarket, stroopwafels and Lipton, and now Anna's taking me in Jamming, which we've seen Jammins everywhere. Big sweet shops. Look at all those sweets. She's gone proper tourist now. They sell Pokemon cards in here. That's awesome. I'm trying to avoid buying any because I'm already struggling to fit my Twitch pillow into my backpack. I might be carrying that as extra. Yeah, I guess we can use. Can you do that? Can you take it on it's not in any luggage? I don't know how it works, but yeah, no Pokemon cards for me today. Massive quantity of pick and mix purchased. We are now heading back to the metro. We've got just under 2 hours until we have to check out the hotel. Still got to pack up, and I'd quite like to just lie on the bed enjoying the air conditioning for a little while before we have to get into full-on travel mode again. I'm going to miss the air conditioning in here. It's beautiful every time we step in. We've got this for another 1 hour, 22 minutes. You can be damn sure we're going to use every last one of those 82 minutes to stay in the cool. But also probably tidy up and pack all this back into a couple of suitcases. Easy. Back out the front of Central Station one more time. We were in that water earlier on today. We've got an hour. Anna's telling me off. We've got an hour until our train leaves to Brussels, so we're going to head inside. Well, some shenanigans are afoot. We got to the station and our original train was 25 minutes late. No, we got to the station an hour before we had to. Original train was showing us 25 minutes late. We went to the platform to wait. It then changed to 40 minutes late before changing to cancelled about half an hour before it was due to leave. So we asked the member of staff on the platform. They sent us all the way back to the front of the station to the information desk, who then said, yeah, don't know what to do, and sent us all the way around to the international information desk. So yeah, the plan now seems to be they've put us on the next train out of Amsterdam, which is taking us to Rotterdam. It's now 3:30, just before 4 o'clock. There's an international train leaving Rotterdam to Brussels, which will get us to Brussels 45 minutes before our original connection to London is due to leave. So as long as we can get to Rotterdam in time to make that connection there, we should, as long as nothing else runs late, still get to Brussels in time to get our original train back from London, and then in turn our original train out of London to get us home. But I know there's a lot riding on this train that we don't even have a ticket for. I assume that's okay. The lady told us to come this way. It'll all be fine. Anna's having a lovely time. Well, we've made it as far as Rotterdam. There was no magical connection from here. So we're now waiting another half hour or so for a train that leaves here at 5 o'clock gets us into Brussels at 6:10. Our Eurostar from Brussels leaves at 6:10. Over there's a Eurostar terminal that goes all the way to London St Pancras. We're not allowed on that because our tickets are for Brussels, not Rotterdam. We're having a lovely time. At least it's really, really hot. That makes it even better. Well, it's now, I don't even know, what is it, 5:30? We think we may have a solution. The 5 o'clock to Paris is delayed by an hour. We now have a special piece of paper that means we're allowed to ride this train. We don't have seats or reservations or anything, so fingers crossed we'll be able to find somewhere to sit down. But we should be able to get on this train, which will then get us into Brussels at 7:10, where we still have to do passport control and all that kind of stuff. The last Eurostar back to London from Brussels tonight, the only one that will still be available when we get there, is 8-ish, 8 something? 8 something. So we still have no guarantee they're going to let us on that. We don't know that there's going to be any spaces. We know there was no spaces on the Eurostar out of here, which is why they didn't let us on that. So we've just kind of going to Brussels on good faith, hoping they let us on the train tonight. Otherwise, I guess... No, yeah, there's Eurostar right there. That's the one they wouldn't let us on. That goes straight to London. That makes me very sad. Plan B, which we're not having to put in place yet, was I did find a hotel here and a Eurostar booking for tomorrow. So I was tempted to just book us into a hotel and get the Eurostar back directly from here. 8:46 is it? 56. Oh, so we have got plenty of time. So fingers crossed we get on that one. Failing that, I guess we're staying in Brussels overnight at Eurostar's expense, because I will be billing them for it if we have to stay in Brussels overnight. Well, we're on a very, very busy train, which might even be our original train. This was the one we were sent here from Amsterdam to chase, even though it ended up being an hour late. So it might be we're actually back on board the original train we're supposed to be on, but it's now running an hour late, so it's going to miss our connection in Brussels, which is not ideal. We've been on Twitter. There is lots of delays and queues at Eurostar all over Europe. So if there's a massive queue in Brussels, I think that probably finishes off for the day and we'll just stay there overnight and book something else for the morning. But we're fingers crossed, hopeful at the moment that we can at least get our connection back to London. There's been loads of train disruption in England as well, but fingers crossed. Well, boys and girls, as I'm sure you can tell, this is a hotel room. This isn't the Eurostar. This is not our house. I don't even remember how far I got with the iPhone clips, but we made it as far as Brussels. We were one of the first people from our train to get to the Eurostar check-in. There was probably only 10 or 12 people ahead of us when we got there, but they all had the same problem. They'd been delayed earlier in the day. The reserve list, I think it's called, was already onto its second sheet of paper, and she basically said, there's pretty much no chance we're getting on tonight.
Or till Wednesday.
Yeah, I said, okay, that's fine. Do you put us on the one first thing in the morning then? And she said, no, we're actually fully booked all day tomorrow as well. There's no spaces tomorrow. So what we'll do is this list we're building now, after check-in closes for every train between now and when the list is finished, we will just start calling out names from the list. So no phone call, no advance notice. You basically have to be at the station in the waiting area half an hour before each Eurostar leaves. So that would mean 8:30 tomorrow morning, and then if that one doesn't work, 3:30 in the afternoon, then 5 or whatever it is. On the hottest day in the history of the world, we'd have to do that. So we said, well, no, that we're not going to do that. That's silly. What are our other options? So we were then told we could go round to the ticket office and upgrade our ticket to Business Premier, and that might get us on tonight. Or failing that, we could pick a slot for tomorrow and just basically upgrade our existing ticket onto that. So we tried to do that. We queued up probably for an hour in there, and we're still nowhere near the front of the queue when the group next to us, I overheard them talking about how they'd just been out and been told there were now no none of those tickets left either. All they could do now is try and book them online, and that was the only thing they could do. They weren't selling any more tickets at all until Wednesday again. It's Monday today, in case we've not mentioned that at any point. I jumped on and did it ahead of them and basically booked us 2 business premier tickets for tomorrow morning. So we're on the 8:52, I think it is, out of Brussels on Tuesday morning in business premier. So that's cost me nearly £600 for those 2 tickets, plus a hotel in Brussels for tonight, which was the cheapest, closest hotel that had air conditioning, which wasn't on when we got here, which is why I'm still sweating, but theoretically we can get this room down to 16 degrees. It's 8:30 in the evening now. We checked out of our hotel in Amsterdam at 2 p.m, so it's taken us 6.5 hours to get from a hotel room in Amsterdam to a hotel room in Brussels, and we've had to shell out an extra 750 quid once you factor in the new Eurostar tickets and the cost of this hotel, all of which I will be invoicing Eurostar for, or our travel insurance, or somebody. I certainly don't. I spent £700 on our original Eurostar tickets. I certainly don't think we should be spending a Disneyland holiday on just getting us back and forth to Amsterdam. That seems insane. So we're going to be getting some of this back from somewhere somehow. I don't know how much and from where, but ultimately didn't want to wait in Brussels station until 9 o'clock tonight, only to then be told we weren't getting on the train and having to scramble around then. The lad who's been with us since Amsterdam, bless him, is on the list as well, and he's just waiting there. He's not got a hotel. He's going to give me a tweet and let me know if he gets on it or not, but he's probably got more chance than we have because he's just on his own, and ultimately could probably stand up for 2 hours to get back to London tonight as well. The other problem, of course, we're going to have when we do get back to London in the morning is train disruption, because it's 40 degrees in England tomorrow. So we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. We should be getting into London before 10 a.m. I am now going to try and book us a train out of London for 10:30ish and hope we can get something sorted. But of course the original train I had booked, I've had to cancel that as well, so that's more lost money. So yeah, this has been an expensive day, a very, very expensive day, and I hope I get some of it back sometime, because I probably haven't done any of this the right way. We didn't stay and wait in the queue at Eurostar because we'd been there an hour and we were just melting. So yeah, we've kind of taken this as, we've created this solution for ourselves and hope that we get some money back from somewhere at some point. My theory is we should at least get the Eurostar tickets from this afternoon back, because we didn't use them. Yeah, and it was absolutely not our fault. The connection train that Eurostar themselves booked was cancelled, so because of that we couldn't make the connection, so we missed the next train, and they didn't have another train for us when we arrived. So to me, that is Eurostar cancelling our journey home. Whether they see it that way or not, that's what's happened. A train has been cancelled that they arranged, and we then couldn't get home. So yeah, I'm taking that as they should be giving us a full refund on that part of the journey. We'll just eat the extra cost of having to go business in the morning because they were the only tickets that were available. And if you're watching Eurostar, I'm kind of expecting you to cover the cost of this hotel as well. It was only £130, so I think you should probably cover that as well, because this is rubbish. But I am now going to collapse onto the bed, because we've got to be up relatively early to be back in Brussels station again before 8 a.m. in the morning to rejoin that queue to try and get home. At least it's an extra week of travel vlogs for you to find out if we ever made it back. Thanks for watching, folks. What a day. I didn't know you were travelling to Belgium this year, Kev. You're right. There you go, London. We are back. Well, here we are again. Third hotel in 3 days. Well, first spanner in the works. Sorry, second spanner in the works this morning. Trains from here into St Pancras. Currently running 40 minutes behind.